Hey everyone, Chip here with the preview and predictions video for the F1 2019 Monaco GP. I hope you're all doing well wherever you are. This week the fast circus takes to the streets of Monte Carlo for, one of the classic events on the F1 calendar. In fact, it's one of those super special tracks that saw Grand Prix action even before the World Championship got its name, with the first Monaco GP taking place all the way back in 1929. It's a fearsome track, this. Not necessarily due to the speed the cars can achieve around here, but mainly because of the proximity of those unforgiving barriers. This original street circuit is a bit of an odd one on the F1 calendar, by which I mean a normal Grand Prix is run to 300 kilometers plus one whole lap of the circuit the Grand Prix is held at. But not here, not in Monaco. Because it's such a slow track, the slowest on the calendar, in fact, the race in Monaco lasts for 260 kilometers or, 77 laps around the 3.3 kilometers layout. My guess? To prevent people watching from dying of either boredom or old age. Anyway, with the racing taking place through the actual streets of the city, the asphalt is neither grippy nor abrasive, but the track evolution is quite pronounced. Being a circuit slow in nature, the tires will be subjected to very low levels of both tire stress and lateral forces. And so, to maximize the potential speed of the cars, the teams will run very aggressive downforce packages. As it's always the case in Monaco, Pirelli nominated the three softest compounds tires available: C3, C4 and C5, which, in theory, it should open the door for a more strategic two-stop race. But because it's so tricky to overtake around Monaco, track position always takes priority over fresh tires. So we are in for a standard one-stop strategy. Right, let's take a look at some major talking points ahead of the Monaco weekend. Number one, Mercedes. Keep an eye on the reigning champs for more than one reason. By now, I think we've all heard about the tragic passing of three-time Formula 1 World Champion Niki Lauda on Monday night. A figure so recognizable, one that we grew accustomed to in the F1 paddock, especially over the last 6 years. Yeah, a very sad loss for the whole F1 and motorsport communities, especially the Silver Arrows camp. Sadly, his recent health issues were too much to overcome, even for this hero of a bygone era. What saddens me most is that he wasn't able to be present this year, at the races this year, when his team, rewrote the record books. And I'm sure he was in touch with the garage, with, Toto Wolff, some senior members of the team, but it's not the same as him being physically present for these 5 historic 1-2 finishes in a row by Mercedes. A bit unfair, but at least he got to be part of the juggernaut that is Mercedes-Benz in the hybrid era. These last 5 championship doubles would not have happened without Mr. Lauda. As the Monaco GP is concerned, the times recorded in the third sector of the Spanish GP, always a good indicator for Monaco. Well, to put it simply, Mercedes was quickest through there by some margin. So I don't want to jinx it, but all signs point to another very, very strong race for the Silver Arrows this weekend. And in any other circumstances, I would never say this, but a 6th consecutive 1-2 finish for them might just be the perfect tribute for the all-time great of Formula 1 and of life in general, that was their non-executive chairman, Niki Lauda. Number 2, prancing ponies in the city. No, not the best worst place for a meeting in Middle-earth. Ferrari. What can the red team hope for this weekend? They were catastrophically slow through that aforementioned Sector 3 in Barcelona. Much slower than Mercedes and Red Bull. So I genuinely think that anything better than a P5, P6 at the checkered flag, might feel like a win for them. Their only glimmer of hope is number 3, the weather, to play some games. Yep, throughout the weekend. We are due a wet race, or at least part of a race this year. So why not Monaco? It will be a great addition to spice things up in a championship that, steers very gently into a procession. But with rain, crashes, drama, everyone wins. Well, apart from those who crash, but you know, you get my point. Number 4. Can Haas find its feet? So far, the team's 2019 campaign was odd, to say the least. Their car is supremely fast, especially on harder tires. But the downforce suspension setup is a bit iffy, because after 2 or 3 laps at full beans, the tires are turned to shreds. Now, the team has promised a series of upgrades for both Barcelona and here in Monaco. And, you know, so far, it seems to be working. In the third sector of Barcelona, bringing it up again, they were faster than any other Formula 1.5 team, even surprisingly close to Ferrari. Now, not in a million years, a satellite team will be allowed to finish ahead of the factory team. But Haas can genuinely look forward to a double point scoring finish this weekend. And finally, number 5, a special Grand Prix for the resident Iceman of the grid. Not that he'll care one bit. Yes, Kimi Raikkonen, this guy, this institution of Formula 1 will enter his 300th Formula 1 race. A feat eclipsed only by, you know, Rubens Barrichello, Fernando Alonso, Jenson Button and Michael Schumacher. That's a pretty special club for Kimi to join. Not that he'll care one bit. In typical fashion, he stated that the best way to mark this occasion will be to have a good, solid race on Sunday. Engagement. Kimi, I'm sure you are hard to love by all the PR people in the F1 paddock, but for us, for everyone else, you are harder to hate. Anyway, what would the Grand Prix be without a proper drinking game? On Sunday, take 1 sip for every mention by the commentary team of barriers, 2 sips for every mention of track position, and 3 sips for every overtake. And so we've reached that all-important stage of the video called predictions. Pole position goes to Lewis Hamilton, because incredibly, he only has 1 P1 quali result in Monaco. This year, armed with quite possibly the best Mercedes car of his career, yeah, he's in the perfect position to add another pole to his collection. Fastest lap, Valtteri Bottas. Lewis got it in Spain, now it's his teammate's turn. P10 to P5 at the end of the race. Albon, Grosjean, Raikkonen, Magnussen, Vettel and Gasly. P4, Charles Leclerc. P3, Max Verstappen. P2, Valtteri Bottas. And the winner from pole position, because it is so important, so OP around this track, Lewis Hamilton. Yes, lame, I know. But this time, for the last time in 2019, like I've said, I wouldn't mind. For Mr. Lauda. Thanks for watching, everyone. Do you agree with my picks? Do you disagree? Please let me know in the comment section. If you have any other F1 related question, please don't hesitate to ask away. I'll be more than happy to try and answer it for you. Hit that like button if you think I've earned it, maybe the subscribe button as well, and please make sure to share this video with a racing fan. As always, I've been Chip. You can find me on Twitter at chip_DGS and on facebook.com/digitalgrandstand. Let us have a great race. For one of those who made Formula 1 great. Cheers. The unforgiveness of those barriers.